Where's our Ori?
We call viewers. Do that.
Call viewers.
Whatever that.
Yeah, call viewers. Hi. Hi. Ori can't be seen. Can you adjust so she can be seen? Hi. Hi. Oh.
Do that cat gesture like this.
Hi. Say hello. Come here. Come here, viewers. Come here.
Yep. Do pause.
Where's Lily? Inside?
Yep.
Hi. Say hi. Hello.
Oh, really?
Should I create that? What generation?
Oh no.
Hey.
We had our first viewer.
Hello. Gen X, Millennial.
For our first and only viewer, in case you're wondering, what was our topic? This is just a continuation of what we started a couple of minutes ago. Yeah.
We were trying to experiment with the platform, but then
That didn't work, so we have to circle back.
Go back. Yeah.
And just do the basics instead.
So how's your weekend?
Yes. Oh, we have 19 now.
Oh,
awesome. Hi everyone.
So
welcome.
Yes. So for those who are new to our live stream, we are Wonder Shiny. My name is Sunshine and his name is Mark. And our channel is about us sharing the places that we have visited here in Canada, particularly here in the Bow Valley area in Calgary. So it's concentrated in this area, but hopefully in the future we would be able to share with you other places as well. And we do share some video clips of our cat. So if you are a cat lover, then Wednesday 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time would be your day in our channel. And we do this live stream from time to time to talk about anything under the sun.
And also, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Yes. And if you are, again, familiar with our live stream, we sometimes do pick up a topic and then we would talk about the topic. We would share some insights about it. Go from Arkansas, James Rowland, how are you? So we have a poll survey asking which generation you belong. Marky and I, we belong in the millennial generation. And because that is the generation that we can speak of, then earlier we started this conversation about the challenges that is being faced by millennials. So, James Rowland, what generation do you belong to? Rochester, or same, millennial.
Oh.
So how is being a millennial at this time of
day and age?
Yeah, day and age.
Or probably how's being a millennial treating you?
Yes. So right now millennials belong the age would be 29 to what?
Like early 40s?
Yes.
Ish.
Let me check. So yeah, 29 to 44 years old. So it could be that for the younger millennials, some of them are not doesn't have families yet, and some have families with little children. So how about you, Rochester? What stage of life are you in right now?
Also, based on the poll survey, we
Mm-hmm.
have a good amount, or at least half and half,
Mm-hmm.
Gen X and Millennials.
Yes. So, anyways, let's continue with um our topic earlier. So, one thing about millennials right now is dealing with aging parents.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe like for me, my parents would be in their 80s already, early 80s and or late 70s. So they are already old, but um my mother before, she would always use that argument with me, like, oh, your mother is already old. Like when she forgets something, she would always say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just old, I forget things. And I think that's her common excuse. I'm not sure if other parents use that. So right now, um when she is actually old, I was like, you've been old for like 40 years now, what's new? I had a much better time growing up.
I
Yes.
think that's mostly the case for most millennials, or at
Yeah.
least millennials that I know of.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe because it's much more fun before.
I mean, I would say so. I think
Yeah.
because when you're growing up, you don't have that responsibility. You are not jaded
Mm-hmm.
with life. You're not
Yes.
faced with a lot of like disappointments, and then
Mm-hmm.
as you grow old, as you have these experiences,
Mm-hmm.
you become beat up with life. So
Yeah.
you seem to have lost that what
Yeah.
inner glow.
And I think before there's a less social pressure because there's no social media,
Mm-hmm.
and your socialization is more on the physical interaction
Yeah,
between people. So I think it's much more genuine.
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Um, Rochester, I really miss the 90s and the early
Oh, same,
2000s. Yes.
same. I miss the
Yes.
'90s. I grew up.
A lot of things in the 90s, like the music, the movies, the MTV.
Zeitgeist, pop
Yeah.
culture, what have.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of miss the early days of social media, though.
Mhm.
The early days of what? MySpace,
Mhm.
Friendster, what have
Mhm.
you.
Yes. During the 90s, is there like a TV series already? Oh, yes, the 902.
I mean, there's a whole lot of
10,
like
yeah.
every generation
The
has its
Friends,
own
yeah.
quintessential like TV
Yeah.
show. Like I know the '90s, they you know, millennials go to TV series would be Friends. Oh, it's Gen X. Sorry.
Yeah. Rochester, early days of social media was good. You're right. Yes.
Yeah,
Friendster. What else? Yeah,
MySpace.
MySpace.
In the early days of online chatting like Skype, Yahoo
Yeah.
Mail, Yahoo Messenger,
Yeah.
everyone was just so happy to be there, I would say.
Yes. The one thing I remember with Friendster is that you would be asking like your friends or old friends, like, hey, please give me a testimonial.
Yeah, it's like
Make it good.
yeah, it's like asking your like making yourself like like promote having your friends
Yeah.
promote you like you're a good product.
Yeah. You're a good person.
Yeah.
You're a good person to be interesting or interested with by other people.
Hmm.
True, by Rochester, yeah.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
think the reason being because we have a good balance of
Mm.
real life and
Mm-hmm.
online because like we don't have smartphones, we can't carry our computer
Mm.
back in the day,
Yeah.
so you still have that good amount of exposure to your
Yeah.
surroundings.
Yeah. And I think before, um, people are still like the early 2000s, people or millennials like us, we are like in our high school days, or
Mm-hmm.
we are almost graduating elementary. So that was the time when cell phones are slowly becoming popular.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we are still excited with regards to how it's being used, because before we are still used to using the telephones, and yeah, you
Yeah.
can't carry them. But right now at that age, you can already carry them anywhere, you can call anyone, but it's, of course, it's a bit expensive, but of course you have that,
Flexibility and
flexibility already.
convenience.
And yeah, we are still excited with regards to how you can use your phones that time. I couldn't agree more. There's a
Sense.
sense of disconnection right now.
Exactly. I mean,
Yes,
I came
yes.
across the this like a quote like
Mm,
the world seems to be a lot smaller
mm,
right now because of the advent of lightning fast internet
mm.
technology, but we have never
Yeah,
been more detached with each other.
yes. Another thing right now is um, there's a lot of opportunities for people to work from home, and I think um, a good number of millennials, or not just millennials, maybe Gen Z as well, they are all working from home.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so you don't have that kind of socialization that you get in the workplace, like in the physical workplace anymore. But for me personally, I still prefer to go to the office because that's the only socialization that I have at this moment. Because of course, as we've discussed in our previous live stream earlier, that we cut because we wanted to experiment on other orientation of live stream. But yeah, um, it's difficult to catch up with friends or even family right now because all of us have are busy. We have different priorities in life, and so the only socialization that personally that I get is um in my workplace, the people that I see in the workplace.
Hmm.
So
I think
yeah.
for most of us,
Mm,
especially at this age, I mean, we
yeah.
only get to meet people at work.
Mm, yeah.
I mean, it's way harder as you grow older, I guess. I
Mm,
think this rings true for most people, or at least for most people that I know of. It's
yes.
a whole lot difficult for you to meet up people in, let's say, social functions.
Mm,
Whereas when you go to work, you get to what, like observe that
yeah.
person
Mm,
if they are, your kind of vibe.
yes. And I think the level of camaraderie that you will have with those you deal in person is different than
Mhm,
just online.
mhm.
Yeah, I barely have any friends. Not saying I had a bunch before. Oh yes, the same for us.
I mean, for me, on the other hand, when I was younger, I'm
Mm,
very sociable. Like I'm in
mm,
a very large group of friends. But as I
mm,
grow old,
mm,
I mean, it's pretty normal as you grow old. Like you outgrow your
mm,
friends outgrow you.
mm,
So it's basically just
mm.
thinning the herd. And
Yes.
then right now, I would say my friends are the ones that I had since high school. They're basically family now
Yeah.
because
I
we.
think at this age, if you have like at least one that you can call friend, or that level of friendship that you are super comfortable with each other, I think you are considered lucky already.
Mhm.
Okay. Next would be fitness challenges
Oh, geez, yeah.
for millennials, especially for the older millennials.
Like myself.
Yes, like us. Yeah, this is, where are you guys from again? Originally from the Philippines, but we are currently living in Canada,
Mm.
particularly here in Calgary. So yeah, yeah, fitness challenges. This is the time of our life when our metabolism has
Yes,
been tired of us.
yeah, they probably have given up. They've left us, and at the same time, we don't have the needed energy to invest
Mm-hmm.
on ourselves through exercise and working out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have nothing. We have no one to blame but ourselves, of course. But
Of
then at the
course.
same time, because we're older,
Yeah.
we don't have that surplus of energy as
Mm-hmm.
much as we want to exercise or want
Mm-hmm.
work out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm just making excuses, of course.
Yes, and I think our YouTube channel is helping us with getting some physical activities.
Or getting our steps up.
Yes, because sometimes we go on a hike and then we make a content in relation to that. And since I've mentioned that, we have recently uploaded a video of our hike. That's the first hike for this year, for the season. We did that in Tunnel Mountain in Banff. So there's gonna be more to come, maybe two or three more hikes, hopefully. But yeah, that is our one way of keeping up with our physical activity requirements.
Yeah, because otherwise we'll probably just be loafing in our sofas, watching Netflix, and
Yes.
just what waste
Yes.
our life away. Oh, Sandas is here.
Hi,
Hey,
Sondas.
Sandas.
Yeah, before when we don't have this YouTube, during the weekends, we would just still we would just stay at home, watch TV, and then let the or wait for the weekend to pass by, and then
Mm-hmm.
Monday again go to work, or yeah, do our like the usual thing that we do on the weekdays. And right now, thanks to our newly found hobby, that we were able to do something or make something um worthwhile for our weekends. um what are we talking about? Or yeah, so we are talking about millennial challenges, Sondos. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Sondos is from the Gen Z
Yeah, and
yeah.
my man's on Sandas is a younger fella.
Yes. Rochester hikes in a beautiful area sounds refreshing.
It is.
Yes.
It is refreshing. I mean,
Yes.
despite the challenges, I mean, we're currently out of shape, and we're not the what spring chickens anymore, so we don't have that incredible amount of energy.
Yes.
But the juice is worth the squeeze. So when you reach the summit or when you reach the what end of the hike trail,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of that struggle doesn't matter anymore.
Yes, it's worth it, especially like in one of our hikes, the end point was seeing a turquoise water, the
Yeah,
lake,
lake
like in Grassy Lake,
or
in
remote lakes.
Elbow Lake. Yeah, it's super rewarding.
Yeah, it is rewarding.
Yeah,
And in
and
case if you're curious what our hike looks like, we do have a healthy
mm,
amount of like hike videos.
yeah,
We just
we
started last year though, September. Was it September?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
September. We do want to up our game with regards to vlogging. We are still on the beginner level, so we are not that confident yet with regards to like um do our talking heads, but hopefully we will get there and do better with our videos. Yeah. Sondas, that's a good suggestion. We will definitely consider that in our future live stream.
Yeah.
Rochester, Canada is beautiful too. I like the cold and the woods usually. Mountains can be great too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Especially in the Banff National Park and the Kananaskis area. You just have to be prepared with some wildlife
That you
encounters
might
like the
possibly
bears.
encounter because there's a good amount, not high, probably
Mhm.
a considerable amount of chance that you will encounter or come across bears. So that's not
Yes.
something that you would like to experience. So you
Yes.
better be prepared. You have to, I think it's advisable if you go hiking, at least go in larger groups.
Yes. And for us, what we do is we choose a trail where there's lots of people
Yeah,
hiking. And also, when we do hike, we play music just to make our presence
known,
known to
yeah,
the wildlife around. So yeah, they say that's an effective way to keep the bears
at
away.
bay, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, typically the bears are not, I mean, they don't want to come across anyone in the wild.
Yes. Yes.
That's why they try to avoid anyone if they know that there's someone or something in their presence or in their
Mm,
midst. So
yes.
that's why it's important for you when you go hike,
Mm-hmm.
always, I mean, do a good amount of like, what noise?
Yes. Rochester, oh, National Park. I've never been to one of those. Try it. Last year, it is our first time to actually do that, and it's just so refreshing to be with nature. Before I was hearing people say this, and I feel like it's just like a thing that they say,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you get to experience them, it's actually refreshing, and um it gives you like a good jump start for the next week that you will have to deal with, like the next daily grind that you will have to to deal with.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be
again.
fair, I mean, there's a good amount of like hiking spots in the Philippines as well. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, when you want to go hiking in the Philippines, the travel alone is a challenge by in itself.
Yes, and
However,
I think if you want to go hiking, it's gonna be remote, and I think you gotta have a vehicle. Um,
no, not just
uh-huh.
the vehicle, because like there are some hiking spots, especially the more
It's
popular hiking spot,
mm-hmm.
Mount Apo,
Yeah.
the highest peak in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would have to travel challenging roads. Then you would
Mm.
probably have to ride. What was that? Like a
Habal
motorcycle,
habal or
yeah,
motorcycle.
motorcycle. So
Yes.
again, that is the real outdoor experience. Whereas if here in Canada, if we decide to hike, we just drive
Yeah.
an hour
Yeah,
to
it's more organized here. There's a proper parking lot.
yeah,
There's a nice
what camp area.
yes. So yeah,
It's way
it's way
easier, especially
easier
if you're a
here.
beginner. It's more beginner
Yeah.
friendly, I would say.
And even for us, when we were, or maybe just me, when we were in the Philippines, I haven't done hiking in the Philippines. I just started doing that here in Canada. But although in the Philippines, I was actually dreaming of doing it because I thought it's fun and it's a nice thing to do. It's a nice way to experience that solitude.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, finally here in Canada, I was able to do that. Um,
Saunders was like Canada can be really hot in summer. Yeah, you don't say Saunders.
yes,
It's so
yes.
hot. It is
Hot
hot.
and cold
Scorching.
in the
It's
winter.
scorching in summer. It's
Yeah.
punishingly cold in the winter. So it's both extremes.
Yeah. Rochester, careful with those bears.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
when we first arrived here in Canada, we landed in a more remote town,
Mm-hmm.
Fort
Fort
Mac.
McMurray.
So it's well remote. It's surrounded by the boreal forests,
Mm-hmm.
and then I used to work remotely as well. Like I have to drive 2 times a week
Mm-hmm.
on the oil sands.
Yeah.
So it takes me an hour. Then every time I drive during spring, I can see bears right on the sidewalk, like
Yeah.
huge chungus bears, just casually loafing around.
Always take bear spray. Yes, Sondos, you are correct. Derek Jones, hello friends. I'm new here. What are we doing?
You're pulling our leg, Derek Jones. I remember you.
Yes, Derek Jones,
You're a
if you
friend.
are new, please subscribe. Well, anyways, Derek, we are actually talking about millennial challenges or the challenges that millennials nowadays are experiencing, and we are kind of like,
And
we,
going off tangent.
yes. Well, anyways, let me go back. So the last thing that we were talking about are fitness challenges.
Yeah, fitness
That's why
challenges.
we
We
reached that topic about
yeah,
bears because we
we
talked
went
about
off tangent about
hiking.
hiking.
Yes. Anyways, privacy concerns. I think I need water. Is that a new water?
Nope, that's all. I
Okay.
need to grab one. I'll be back, friends.
Okay.
Oh no.
Rochester's running from bears can be good fitness. I hope we don't experience that
I don't
though.
think we can ever outrun a bear.
Yes. Yes. No, it's impossible. In Arkansas, Rochester, is there bears in there as well? Like the forest? Oh, Derek Jones, I'm in my 50s. What does that make me? 50s, you are Gen X? Are you Gen X? Derek Jones? So Derek Jones, you mentioned before that you are doing this nomadic thingy, like camping, you are in your camper. Do you see some bears along the way sometimes? How is it having a cat? I actually never had one but really want one. It was fun. It would depend on the personality of your cat. So here we have two, Ori and Obi. Ori is this one, the female calico, and then Obi is the male tabby. They do have kittens though. Recently, they have four kittens. So Ori, she is more of like a prima donna cat. But she is super sweet. Only that it should be in her own terms. So you should wait for her to feel like being sweet to you, and yeah, that's the time that she would want to cuddle. She would want to sit with you, to hug you. So yeah, it's always gonna be under her term. And comparing them both, I like to cuddle with Obi because Obi is bigger. So it's like you are carrying a baby with Obi.
Or
And
carrying a sentient pillow.
yes, and Obi is super sweet. He is very submissive, and yeah. So yeah, it would depend on the personality of your cat. So Rochester is asking because he never had cat.
Oh,
He's asking how is it because he likes to have one. So I told him that it would depend on the
yeah, or
personality of the
probably
cat.
check on the type of breeds.
Yes.
Because Obi, although we're not sure what type of breed he is, but judging by his looks, he seems to look like a Siberian cat
Yeah.
or
But I
Norwegian.
think he's a mix already.
Yeah, he's a mix. He has. I mean, he has some. I would say dog personality.
Yes, Obi has a dog personality, and yeah, he's just super sweet and very obedient.
Yeah, very obedient. And he fares better in remembering routines than our dog.
Yes. So Obi, he likes to sneak out every time we open the door. But I think he noticed that we want to prevent him from going out of the house because, as I've said earlier, he is submissive. So he
Doesn't
he
have
doesn't
any
have that
survival
survival.
or fighting chance.
Yes, with the predators outside here. There are some bobcats roaming
Or
around, and
foxes,
sometimes there's
coyotes.
fox and coyotes. So yeah, we don't want him to get out of the house. So we have this little kennel for him beside the door, and so we always put him in the kennel. So right now, if he feels like we are going out of the door, like he sees us wearing our shoes or wearing our jacket by the door, he would volunteer entering the kennel
Yeah.
and wait for us to open the door and get out. And then when we are out, or when we have closed the door already, then he would just come out. Like it's a routine for
Yeah.
him already.
He remembers routine better than our
Yes.
dog, Lily.
Yes. Derek Jones. Oh, by the way, Derek Jones mentioned earlier that he is in his 50s.
Oh, Gen X then.
Yeah.
Gen Xer, yeah, Gen
Yeah,
Xer.
Gen Xers. Derek Jones, I have seen bears, cougars, wild hogs in my travels.
Me, on the other hand, I only managed to see bears. I think you
Yes.
saw a bear as well, right?
Yeah. So before, when I was in Fort McMurray, there was a time during spring that when I looked at the window from my office, there's like the mama bear and the baby bears roaming around.
And also, when I used to drive for the oil sands back in Fort Mac, it's a remote town here in Canada, northern part of Alberta. So I came across a wolf, but my lizard brain, because I'm accustomed to living in the Philippines, we see a lot of like stray dogs.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, what a large stray dog! But no, it's not a stray dog. It's a stray. Well, technically, it's a dog, canine for the canine family. It's stray, but it's not the stray dog that we have been accustomed to in the Philippines.
um Rochester, I usually like cats that mind their business but don't mind hanging around you. Oh yeah, so I think Ori would be a best fit
Yeah,
for
perfect
you.
fit for you because
Yeah.
she's like she is just there.
Yeah.
She likes to like cuddle or be sweet with you in
On
her
her
own
own terms.
Yeah. She doesn't bug you as often.
Yes. Um You all got links out there?
Yes, we
Yes,
do
we
have links this
do.
year.
So it's the breed. Thanks for letting me know. I suppose that's with dogs as well. Yes,
Exactly,
yes.
exactly. I mean, it depends. It generally depends on the breed. Every breed, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, dog or cat has their own set of personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So our dog as well, she is a mix of Labrador and Saint Bernard. So I love large dogs. That's why we got her. I thought that Saint Bernards are lazy dogs, but then, since she is a mix of Labrador, her energy is
No,
actually
she's mixed with a retriever, so
oh,
she has that retriever
retriever,
energy.
yeah, retriever, mastiff,
Yeah,
and yeah,
but
Saint
her
Bernard.
dominant features are Saint Bernard, though.
Yeah. Yeah, physically, she looks like a Saint Bernard. Energy wise, retriever.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the same as with the guest. Derek Jones in Alaska, the bears were neighbors.
Yeah, that's exactly the case when we used to
Yes.
live in Fort Mac. It's a
Mm-hmm.
northern part of Alberta. It's
Yes.
pretty common when you go shopping or when you go groceries.
Yeah.
There's bear in the
There
parking
will be
lot.
instances when you see
Yeah,
bears.
or probably when you go out.
Especially in the fall
Yeah, in
already,
the
right?
fall or spring when they wake up from their
Mm-hmm.
hibernation.
Yes.
So they tend to, I mean, the local wildlife
Mm-hmm.
police or rangers, they try to keep them at bay
Mm-hmm.
because they try not to have those bears accustomed with going to what
Mm-hmm.
communities because
Yes.
of the danger.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll definitely sedate them and then
And go back to
yeah,
the
yeah,
forest.
and relocate them 200 kilometers
Mm-hmm.
away.
Rochester large dogs would be my go-to. Alaskan Malamutes all the way.
Aren't they like
Oh.
the talkative ones, Alaskan
Oh,
Malamutes?
the one that looks like husky?
Yeah, the one that looks like husky but way
Ah.
fluffier. Are those the Alaskan Malamutes?
Yeah.
I think those are.
Yeah. Rochester, Saint Bernard are great. I've heard
Oh
too.
yeah, they're great.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
very loving. It's just that she can be way too much to
Yeah,
handle.
just the energy is retriever.
Especially she's a bigger dog, so it's actually a push and pull activity all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, we have to send her to dog school just for us to be able to somehow control her energy,
Yeah.
her behavior, her excitement. So right now we can actually ask her, like, if she is super excited, we would ask her to give us space, like space, or ask her to sit or to stop when she is like running fast towards you. We can ask her to stop. But if she sees other dogs or some people that I don't know, she's very selective with people. There are people when she's just relaxed, and there are people that triggers her to be super
Yeah,
excited. I
yeah.
don't know. So maybe that the energy or the vibe,
Uh-huh.
maybe if she detects something or what. But yeah, if there's other dogs, she gets super duper excited.
Exactly.
Yeah. Derek Jones, my dog chased a deer one time. I don't know what he was going to do if he caught up with it. Did he?
Dinner for you probably, Derek. He's probably trying. He or
Yeah.
she is probably trying to earn her keep.
Yes, hunting for
Like,
you.
look, Dad, I can bring food for you. Oh, is your dog a border collie?
collie.
Oh, that's so cute.
Ah.
It looks
Yeah.
so adorable.
Mm. Okay. So, next would be, oh, this one. I think you can relate to this.
Yeah.
Side hustle taxes.
Oh yeah, side hustle taxes. One of the perks, and I say that sarcastically, living here in Canada, the more you work, the more you get taxed. I was like excited
Yeah.
because I'm earning all this extra cash because I'm hustling.
But
And then come tax season, and then the government says, "Oh, you owe X amount of money." So instead of saving
Yeah.
money, you get to pay it back to the government. But
Yes.
well,
And right now, during my parents' time, I don't hear them saying that like I need to have like two jobs or something. But right now here, a lot of us like have two jobs.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
mean, if I have the option or at least availability, I would
Mm.
do two jobs. But right now, because like I quit my side hustle, so
Mm.
that's why I can't find any side hustles anymore.
This is our side hustle
Yeah,
now.
this is our side hustle
YouTube.
now, our YouTube, a non-paying side hustle.
Yeah. Rochester, shoot, 1 a.m. over here and I have to be up early. Thank you for streaming. Always cool. Thank you,
Thank you,
Rochester.
Rochester, for
Yes,
staying.
please subscribe if you haven't yet and see you in our future live stream. We don't
Yes,
really do live stream
as
every night
often
as
as
often as
often.
before, but from time to
Yeah,
time,
we try to do it right, like at least weekends or
yes.
go leading to the weekends at least.
Yes. So yeah, thank you so much and have a great night, Rochester.
Have a great night,
Yes.
Rochester. Enjoy your weekend.
Yes. So, next would be the aging anxiety. Do you have this? Like, I'm old now.
I think I used to have that when I was younger, like when I was like, let's say, teenager,
Mm.
20s.
Oh, thank you. He said he
Oh,
subscribed.
thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Rochester.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but as I grow old, as I probably became wiser,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, I've been more accepting about the fact that, of course, we grow old. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's how you live your life, probably. If you try to live in the now instead of worrying about something in the future that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. I mean, right now, our age is sounding more serious already. Like,
Yeah.
there is, I think, the social pressure that at this age you should have it all together
You
already.
keep you have your she's in place or ducks in a row, but
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know
It's not always the case for everybody though.
exactly.
So yeah, like for us, it's like we are still hustling to try to keep it all together.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, the struggle is
I think
real.
I think that's mostly the case with millennials. I
Mm.
mean, we have deferred growing up or growing old
Mm.
because of how what increasingly challenging it is to become an adult
Mm.
nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if any millennials can relate to that, but that's mostly what I observe, or
Yeah.
at least some of the fellow millennials are saying.
Yes.
Oh,
Arshad,
hi,
hi.
Arshad.
Yes. So yes. Um Next would be tech dependency. Like
Yeah.
we are much more dependent with
Yeah, I feel
technology,
so
AI.
I am so incredibly stupid because way before there's a
Mm-hmm.
Google Maps technology thingamajig.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's either you sink or swim. You recall where to go, how to go to from point A to point B. Otherwise, you'll
Mm-hmm.
probably get lost. But right now, Google Maps. I
Yes.
have been to that area or to that direction
Mm-hmm.
10 or more times, but I still use Google Maps.
And right now we depend on technology for mental clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Before we have to like take a pause, gather our thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, make every points clear in our mind before we actually speak. And right now, you just have to ask AI, can you please clarify this for me?
Or I can't
Can you please
organize my
organize?
thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
mean, any Gen Z here because I came across a video in TikTok, teacher
Mm-hmm.
who is complaining because apparently Gen Zs are more reliant on on AI in
Yeah.
doing their paperwork or
Yes.
what
It's
essays.
much easier.
And of course, you being a thinking adult, you
Mm-hmm.
definitely know the writing capacity of, let's say, a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And then they submit what an essay that only a functioning adult of 30 something can write. So they're not fooling
Yeah.
anyone. So
Yeah.
despite the technological savviness of I'm not egging on the Gen Z, but at least that's something that most of the elder teachers are sharing right now on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah. And I think the level of creativity is different from the people who have not or who are not using technology or AI than those who are using
I mean, I can
AI.
attest to that because like back in the college when because I studied what journalism,
Mm-hmm.
broadcasting, mass communication.
Mm-hmm.
Like before, you need to be able to know by heart
Mm-hmm.
or by the back of your hand
Yeah.
how to set up what proper shots,
Yeah.
how to manually set up a camera,
Mm-hmm.
video camera, film
Mm-hmm.
cameras, what have you. But right now, and everything is automated.
Yeah.
You just have to let computer or AI do the stuff for you, and then
Yeah.
you can go on your merry way.
Yeah. When I was in college, I remember that we have this subject art appreciation, and you really have to dig inside your mind, like
Mm-hmm.
what do I think about this thing?
Mm-hmm.
But right now, you just maybe take a picture, send that to or give that to AI and ask AI, what do you think of this? Say something like appreciate this art. How would you appreciate this art?
Yeah.
Like you just have to ask AI the right way for you to get the answer that
Yeah,
you
probably
are
just key in the right
expecting. Yeah.
prompts.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, next would be ouch. Um I've mentioned this already earlier, like friendship maintenance. Time poverty,
What does that mean? That's the first time I came
like
across that phrase. Time
pack
poverty.
packed schedules leave little room for hobbies or relaxation.
Hmm. I think that's mostly the case with us back in the Philippines, in a
Mm-hmm.
developing country, because it
Mm-hmm.
takes a lot of time,
Yeah.
especially commute.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like here in Canada, we have been, I would say, spoiled
Yeah.
by pursuing other hobbies. Or I think this is
Yes.
probably the first time that we genuinely pursued a hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like for me in the Philippines, I can't really remember myself having a hobby. Like if someone would ask me, "What's your hobby?" I was like, "Well, I like to play badminton. I like to do this. I like to do that." But it's not really something that I do actually because I don't have the time or maybe
Yeah, in my
the
case,
financial resources to
I'm,
maintain a
I'm just
certain hobby.
BSing. Like someone, what's your hobby? I'm probably just
Yeah.
gonna go to the most usual and less
Mm.
what energy consuming hobby, watching movies. Watching
Yeah.
doesn't require a lot of effort. You just
Yeah.
sit
Or
for
just
probably
mulling.
an hour and a half or 3 hours, and that's a hobby already.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think one of the reasons for this one, like time poverty, is because aside from the usual maybe 8 to 5 work, we have like maybe another job for some, the second job, and then tending for the usual household, tending for the family.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, social media phones are also consuming a good amount of
Yeah,
time of
of
the
our spare
day.
time. I
Yes.
think that's why nowadays we have terms like doom scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of, let's say, making use of that time for other productive pursuits,
Mm-hmm.
because we are craving for an instant hit or instant
Yeah.
dopamine, which
Yes.
social media generally offers. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
also guilty of this,
Yeah.
habit.
I
So that's
mean, there are good things that social media can offer, but there are also those downsides. Like,
yes.
yeah. Anyways, next would be subscription overload, like managing multiple paid services
Oh,
or
geez. That
yeah,
is the probably the
streams,
most
budgets.
the thing that grinds my gears with the modern
Mm-hmm.
what consumerism.
Yeah.
Everything has to be what
Paid.
everything is closed in a paywall. Like in order for you
Mm-hmm.
to be able to enjoy something, you have to pay. You have
Yes.
to like shell out money, hard earned money that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Like Netflix. What else? Services. Like in our case, because of course we are not content creators and we would like to be able to give out the best
Mm-hmm.
with what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for us to do so, we have to shell out money because everything right now costs money.
Yes.
Like before, I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's more the outsourcing.
Mm-hmm. But the good thing with subscription right now is if you want something, you can have access on those. You just have to
Mm-hmm.
pay them. But before, those things that is
Yeah, I
available
know
is
back in the day, especially if you are into what content creating or
mm-hmm.
movie making
Mm-hmm.
or what we we used to refer content creation as guerrilla filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to write the copyright owner,
Yes.
request for permission.
Yes, there's a lot of process
Yeah,
that you
there's a
have
lot
to
of hoops that
undergo
you need to go through,
before you can
or
complete a certain project.
or probably hire a talented composer,
Mm-hmm.
or probably like pull some strings to have someone do some favors for you.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, of course,
Because of subscription,
yeah, because of subscription. I
it
mean,
becomes easier
it's not
for all
entirely
of
bad.
us.
It's
Yeah.
not entirely bad, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it has pros and cons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, next would be let me choose. Maybe this should be our last because it's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's getting late in here as well.
Yeah. And we have started earlier, so it's more than an hour already. What else? Let me choose the right one here. Cultural overload.
Mm-hmm.
Like keeping up with trends, shows, and media feels overwhelming.
I don't know. I don't have that problem anymore. But before, I would probably say during my, let's say, a couple of years back,
Mm-hmm.
I used to have this FOMO, or fear of missing out.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I just don't care. I mean,
You are in that level
yeah,
of
I am.
maturity
Yeah, I'm probably
already.
at that stage in life where I just don't care, and it is a very liberating feeling. Because when you don't
Yes.
care, you don't fear missing out,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to be freed from the shackles of societal
Mm-hmm.
expectation. You get to pursue what you love doing
Yeah.
without having to.
You do you.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
do you. That's a good way to summarize it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I think that is more um it gives you more freedom um because you are not confined in what the society or what
Yes, or
other
your
people
circle, or what have
says.
you.
Yes.
So you get to
Mm-hmm.
what create your own path, or a path for
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Yes. Well, anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for staying in.
Yes, yes.
And thank you so much for all of those who subscribed in our channel because of this live stream. Hopefully, in the future, we would be able to see you. And yeah, thank you so much and have a great night, everyone.
Enjoy your
Enjoy
weekend,
your
everyone.
weekend.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.